Petco Park, the New York Mets. It's the first of a three-game series, the Mets and the Padres. And the previous two in this homestand, 2 out of 3 from St. Louis, and then yesterday completing 2 out of 3 against Washington.
Line drive, base hit. Sawatsky around third. He will score. Hundley has done it again. Padres win it 3-2.
And so the standings in the National League West, and this includes action completed today. The Padres 10 above 500, 2 games ahead of the Dodgers. Giants are 3 back. The Rockies beat the Giants today. They're 3.5 off the pace, and the Diamondbacks have lost 7 in a row, rest in the last place, 10.5 out. As we welcome you to Petco Park, Dick Enberg, along with Tony Gwynn. The New York Mets in town. Just the idea of saying New York is rather mighty, but it's not caused the knees to shake amongst the Padres.
Well, the Padres have handled this team the last couple of years, especially here at Petco Park. But, you know, Mets got a veteran club, got some explosive guys. Reyes at the top of their lineup is really starting to pick it up. So they will be challenged like they have been all year long, but Padre pitching has been pretty good, and that's the thing I think that they're going to lean on in this series too.
Well, the Padres have gotten the big swing and result from Adrian Gonzalez at 3 home runs against the Mets last year.
Now, Adrian's a guy that has handled New York Mets pitching, and you know, he's a guy that hits the best guys, but for some reason this Mets team, that's just been one of the teams that he's picked on. And you know, last year he hit 3 home runs against the Mets. There's Levon Hernandez, who pitched the other day. He swung the bat good against this team, and the Padres are hoping that he can get going and continue to swing, because as you can see, the last 3 years they've played really good against the New York Mets, whether it's been here at Petco or at Citi Field in New York. This is a team that they handle. I don't think they expect anything different. They want to try to keep their momentum going in the right direction.
And they've been especially effective here at Petco. The Padres have won 8 of the last 9 against the Mets on this home field. So we're set now for our pitching matchup. Our starters tonight, it's Takahashi. He comes out of the bullpen. This is only his 3rd start. He's a veteran rookie, pitched 10 years in the Japanese league. Look at that 4-1 record and a nice ERA against Kevin Correa. Correa seeks his 5th win of the year for the San Diego Padres. And our pitching matchup is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Point Loma, a local star, wearing the colors of the San Diego Padres, their white hats, Memorial Day night in San Diego. And the first pitch of the game is a strike to Jose Reyes, the shortstop for the Mets. Play getting underway in a hurry here on Monday night. Big fireworks show to follow. Reyes batting .257. Top base stealer. And Kevin Correa looks for his first win in his career against the New York Mets. His record is 0-3, but his ERA 1.63. So he's pitched in some tough ones. Little chopper back to Correa, who takes care of the speedy Reyes. One away. Our starting pitcher profile brought to you by the Mark Condos, luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. His last outing, Correa went 6 innings against St. Louis, did not allow a run, did give up 5 hits and 6 walks, which was an inordinate number for this right-hander. That was the game Hariston won with a home run, 2-1 in the 13th inning. Alex Cora, the batter. And the plate umpire, Jerry Davis, barks out a strike call.
Correa made a good pitch to get Reyes. Took a little bit off a sinker. Beat it in the ground. Got the first out. Kept him off the bases.
1-1. All the major league teams throughout baseball today, part of the honoring Memorial Day and the men and women who have fallen defending our country, wearing the white hats. 1-2. Cora, the younger brother of Joey Cora, who played in the big leagues 11 years. Alex now 34. Up on the handle. Ground ball to short. Jerry Hariston across to Gonzalez. 2 away. And the New York Mets lineup brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. And here's how Jerry Manuel has filled out his card. Reyes, Cora, and ex-Padre Jason Bay. Ike Davis, youngster, hits cleanup. David Wright bats 5th. Angel Pagan, Rod Barajas, Jeff Francoeur, and Hisanori Takahashi. Right, look at the numbers against Correa. 9 for 11 as he steps into the position 3 down. And 2 of those 9 home runs. Bay batting .293. They're counting on him to hit more than 3 home runs in the first 2 months of the season. He went 108 at bats at the start of the year before he hit his first home run. Then he hit one and went 92 more before he knocked his second home run out of the park.
Well, Jason Bay was the big free agent acquisition during the winter, and you're right. They expected him to be a power guy in the middle of this lineup.
High foul fly down the right field line, down in the corner. Taking a look, Denorfia well out of play. Gonzalez watches it become a souvenir as well. Bay now 31, traded by the Padres in the deal that brought Brian Giles here a few years ago. Oliver Perez, the left-handed pitcher, also going to Pittsburgh. Now they're both with the Mets.
Yeah.
One and two. Didn't go after that pitch, just off the edge.
They had a super year last year with the Red Sox. Starting with the Mets as a free agent.
Canadian native, British Columbia. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Hundley. Strike 3. Good start for Kevin Correa. Retires the Mets in order in the first. Coming up, Jerry Hariston, David Eckstein, and Adrian Gonzalez in the bottom of the first. 1A. What a night this Monday. A reminder, don't let termites steal home, especially your home. Call Corky's at 1-800-901-1102. Corky's. 35-year-old southpaw. He's only 5'9". Hisanori Akahashi from Tokyo. Pitched 10 years in the Japanese League. Signed as a minor league free agent by the Mets this spring. And this starting pitcher profile is brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. 15 relief assignments for Takahashi in April into May, and then they moved him into the starting rotation. This is just his third start. His previous two, he went 6 innings in both and did not allow a run in either. Auspicious debut for this veteran. Jerry Hariston leads it off, bottom of the first for the Padres. You'll get a little that herky-jerky, a little hesitation on the windup. Double kick. What's the word on Takahashi?
That's that he throws everything for strike. He strikes a fastball, a slider, a real slow breaking ball, a straight change.
Kind of mesmerize you with that little hesitation in the middle of the delivery, give you the double kick.
That seems to be, part of the Japanese culture of pitchers, to have a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a hesitation.
2-1.
The book is he's not going to light the radar gun up. It's not going to be a 93, 94 mile per hour fastball, but he'll work both halves of the plate.
Got that last fastball up at 89. Foul back, 2-2 on Hariston.
Pretty good aggressive hack there by Jerry Hariston. And this is one of those nights where the guys who are in the lineup tonight, they're paying close attention now. The guys are going to be sitting on the bench trying to get a bead on the speed, on the break of the breaking ball. We haven't seen a breaking ball yet, but not much of a book yet on Takahashi.
That ball hit hard to shortstop. Reyes up with it. Across in time to Davis for the out. Hariston hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. Here's the Padres lineup, brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. Hariston, Eckstein, Gonzalez. Middle three, Chase Headley. Nick Hundley, who's had 2 great games back to back. In fact, he's on a week 8-9 days solid hitting. Chris Denorfia in right tonight. Oscar Salazar bats 7th and left. Luis Durango bats 8th, starting in center, and Correa the pitcher. Eckstein 291 as he settles in. Fastball at 90. The 4 wins thus far by Takahashi, all at home, yet to win in a road assignment. There's the change. So sure looked like a change,
yeah,
but
it was a change. Well, this team's been really good at home. The Mets, that is. They've played really good baseball. 19-9 at home, 7-16 on the road. So they haven't been able to find a formula yet.
Ground ball, another chance for Reyes. 2 away. And the Padre defense, brought to you by Tiger Turf. Tiger up your lawn with Tiger Turf. Visit mytigerturf.com today. Right, Reyes, Cora, and Davis on the infield for the Mets. Bay and left, Pagan in center, Francoeur the right fielder. Battery of Takahashi and Barajas.
The left side of that infield, really good defensively. Reyes and right. Reyes just seems to be coming back into his own.
Takahashi trying to add to his 12 consecutive scoreless inning streak. Almost a screwball effect there. Gonzalez seeking his 10th home run of the season. Still leading the club in RBIs with 28. Well, the Padres have found just enough offense, but most of it coming in the latter part of the batting order. The two men you count on, Gonzalez and Headley, in the middle of the order, been quiet.
Well, those guys are going to hit. Yeah, I have no doubt that both guys, Gonzalez and Headley, are going to get things turned around and start swinging the bat better than they've swung here this homestand. But you know, it's nice that they can still win games without both of these guys, you know, having a hot bat.
That's a good point. Lays off the breaking ball, and the count goes to 3-1. Third base umpire DJ Rayburn confirming he did not go around. First of 3 again tomorrow night and then Wednesday afternoon to complete the 9-game homestand. 2 out of 3 from St. Louis, 2 out of 3 against Washington. Nice start to the stand. Nope, says plate umpire Davis, and the Padres have their first base runner as Gonzalez walks for the 34th time this year. He's among the major league leaders. Davis behind the plate with Muchlinski, Gibson, and Rayburn on the bases. Chase Headley batting right-handed, not nearly as successful as from the other side. 190 as a righty, 304 from the left side. Averages out to 269. Low and away.
Just watching Takahashi, he turns over the fastball, he cuts it a little bit. Well, the one pitch he threw to Adrian looked like a screwball.
Chop over the head of Takahashi, charged by the second baseman, and he just does get Headley. Cora to Davis, and on 3 ground ball outs, the Padres are down in the first. As you look at some of the Pearl Harbor survivors, guests of the Padre management tonight. Gentlemen, we're honored to have you here. In Pearl Harbor, Iwo Jima being honored special luxury box tonight. And here's the standing ovation. Their faces shown on the scoreboard. It lasted over a full minute as fans here at Petco standing as one to cheer on what these men brought to our country. Heroes so overused in sports. Those are the heroes. Ike Davis, the first baseman, hitting .266. Just 23 years of age, and All-America at Arizona State. He had something like an 80 number in spring training, made the club, and here he is hitting cleanup.
I think he came came on a little quicker than they expected. He drafted him #1 out of Arizona State, 18th pick a couple of years ago.
Correa, 2-1.
Daniel Murphy was the guy they had slated at first base, and then he got hurt, and Ike Davis steps in and has been very productive.
2-2. Good genes for Ike Davis. His dad, Ron, was a big league pitcher for 11 years. The Yankees, Minnesota, the Dodgers, and San Francisco. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Kevin Correa. And a reminder, this SAP telecast brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get more fruit in your diet. Hawaiian teriyaki chicken sandwich.
And Correa, nice pitch with the backdoor breaking ball. Ike Davis kind of gave up on that ball and decided to swing late.
Here's the third baseman, David Wright, batting .251. Leads the team in RBIs. 34. He has 8 home runs. And he hits the first pitch foul down the right side. As we mentioned earlier, he has really been a tough guy to get out for Kevin Correa. 9 for 11 and 2 home runs.
Now, you know, David Wright knows that. He's 9 for 11, and so does Correa. He knows that. And right away, he goes right at him. And you have those situations where you're facing a guy that you've handled. Even when you're not swinging good, you still feel pretty confident going up to the plate because you've had a lot of success. And Wright's a guy that likes the ball out over the plate.
That one just missed. 2-1. You'll recall that Wright in the middle of last year was beaned by Matt Cain of the Giants. And some feel that he hasn't really fully recovered in terms of how he goes after that high inside fastball. He takes care of that pitch rather nicely as he plants a line drive single into left field for the first Mets hit. And he continues to own Correa as we check the Padres defensive lineup. Brought to you by Tiger Turf. Tiger up your lawn, the world's best-selling synthetic turf. Visit mytigerturf.com today. Headley, Hariston, Eckstein, Gonzalez around the horn, Salazar in left. Durango will try to cover the big pasture in center. Denorfia moves to right. Correa and Hundley the battery. There's Durango. He has a couple of assists the brief time that he's played. Remember the big play made at home in the Cardinal series where he threw out a runner trying to score from second. Angel Pagan, the center fielder, switch hitter, has the top average for the Mets, .295. Both teams starting lineup without a .300 hitter. Runner goes. The throw by Hundley. They don't get him. The throw is there in time, but Hariston didn't get the tag down on the front hand. Got it up a little high.
Hundley did all he could do, and the throw was a little bit low. And Hariston, I think you're right, Dick, got him on the chest. Really didn't get the hand as it was sliding in. You see it came up, got him more on the forearm. Wright's hand able to get in there before the tag put on him, although that shot right there is close.
So Wright with a stolen base, and this pitch fouled off 1-2.
We talked about this the last couple of nights. You really want, if you're to visit a team, you really want to score first.
And the Mets are 22-9 when they do score first. But San Diego is the best in the league, 25-7. So you look at Jerry Manuel, the 56-year-old skipper of the Mets, former big league infielder. The Mets are going to steal some bases. They're only, with that steal, one behind San Diego, 54-53, top two teams in the National League.
There's Jerry Manuel, my AAA teammate.
First-round pick back in his day by the Tigers in 1972. A line drive, another base hit, and the Mets will indeed score first. Durango cuts it off, but coming around third to score is David Wright. So the single, stolen base, sets it up for Angel Pagan's sharp single to left center as he drives in his 23rd run of the year.
Nice job of hitting by Pagan. Didn't try to pull it, went right with it. The ball's elevated, and he takes it to left center field. Very nice swing. So the stolen base puts the Mets in a position to score the run. Pagan knocks it in and gives them the early lead.
And Pagan has stolen 9 bases this year. Wright with the steal tonight has 9. Pair of singles with 1 out, surrounded a stolen base. The formula for the Mets' first run.
Barajas is you know, he came into this year, you know, they signed him right before spring training started. And he's had a really good start to his year. 10 homers, 28 RBIs.
How's that for a pickup? He came to minor league camp. 12th year in the big leagues. Lifetime .238 hitter with 92 home runs, but 10 more this year. So he's enjoying wearing the blue and orange of the Mets. Late swing.
Correa challenged him upstairs. See this fastball. Hundley wanted it away, and it ended up being up and in. And Barajas late on the fastball.
Oh, that bat shatters. The ball goes just over the Padre dugout. No one hurt, and Barajas with a new piece of maple. Man, the barrel of the bat went out past the pitcher's mound. It just it's a spear.
That's down by the hand. That's definitely on the handle. Look at that ball run in, and boy, that bat just snaps.
Barajas, look at his reaction. He didn't know where the barrel end was going to wind up. He's making sure he's out of the way. Look how that splintered. My goodness. Go use that out and row your boat with that. That's like an oar. Popped up. Runner was going, so may get a double play out of this if they hurry. Gonzalez can't quite get it to come down fast enough. As Pagan sprints, he was already to second base when that ball was hit.
Well, Eckstein tried to sell it like it wasn't popped up. Pagan quickly picked it up. You see, he got a pretty decent jump. You see X trying to sell it. Then he comes in as if he was going to catch it. Gonzalez makes the play, and Pagan's able to get back to first base.
Brings up right fielder Jeff Francoeur. Had his best day of the season yesterday in the win at Milwaukee. 4 hits, 4 for 5. Raising his average to 243. With 5 home runs and 27 runs batted in, yet he's their number 8 hitter. And there's a looping fly ball that's going to fall into right center for a base hit. On to third goes Pagan on the 3rd hit of the inning. That sounded like that bat might have broken.
Yeah, pretty good pitch. Got in on him, but Francoeur strong enough to get this ball into right center field.
Correa gets 0-2, makes a good pitch. Right on the end of the bat.
Off the end. Vancouver just strong enough to get it out to the outfield.
First and third with 2 outs, and Takahashi, he has 1 hit in 6 at bats. And his major league debut, a rookie at 35 years of age. A lot of the Japanese pitchers are decent hitters.
Yeah.
A protective swing there, but get the bat on the ball. Good thing might happen. You got a chance to add your lead. Pagan at third and Francoeur at first. Strike 2.
Backdoor breaking ball by Correa. Just don't want to lay something right in there that he can put his bat on. See if he'll chase something out of the zone.
That's what we mean. Just punches the ball, hoping he might find a hole. That one going foul.
He tried the backdoor breaking ball, and Takahashi actually kind of stayed back on that pretty good to put the barrel on that.
Ground ball past the mound. Eckstein the short way for the force, and the inning over, but the Mets get the first run of the game on 3 hits, leave 2 after 1.5, 1-0 New York. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. And this was a blast by Nick Hundley, pinch hitting in the 11th inning. 2 outs brought Sawatsky home with the winner 3-2 yesterday. And Hundley leading off the 2nd inning, batting .272. And he, since May 21st at Seattle, has gone 8 for 19. That's a .421 average, scoring 5 runs, knocking in 8 with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And he will be doing all of the catching duties for the rest of the homestand because, as you have heard, Jorge Torrealba has flown home for a personal emergency back in Venezuela and will return in Philadelphia for the start of the series. You know, Torrealba last year went through a whole frightening kidnapping phase down in his native country. Fortunately, his young son returned without any injuries. So a lot of concern as to what this emergency is. But the good news is that he did indicate to Buddy Black that a couple of days ago that he might have to go. So perhaps it's an illness in his family. Parents still live there. Let's hope the news is good when he returns to Philadelphia.
Hope everything's okay.
1-1 to Hundley. Triple and a home run on Saturday. Pinch single to win it yesterday.
I think he went over the numbers. Swinging with a lot of confidence right now.
And there's another base hit. Lines it to right center field.
That's how you generally can tell when a guy's feeling pretty comfortable at the plate. He isn't afraid to hit the ball the other way. Fastball in the middle of the plate. Squares it up nicely, hits it in the right center field. Wanted that ball in, and it's out over the plate. Didn't try to pull it. Squares it up nicely. Finds that ball in the center field, base hit.
Time to flash that good smile the way he's going. Hot hitters do tend to smile.
You do
more.
smile a little bit more when it's going good.
Here's Chris Denorfia, the right fielder, 278 in his limited time with the big club. That's interesting, the whole process of preparing this team for a new opponent. The Padres advanced scout who has been following the Mets is Greg Olson, the former pitcher. He sends in his views of what he sees watching pitching and hitting of the Mets. And then Randy Reddy, the hitting coach, will look at about 4 hours of video before the game today, checking pitchers, the Mets pitchers. Darren Balsley will do the same thing, checking out the hitters, doing the reverse to see how the pitchers should pitch to these Mets hitters. And then the alignments offensively and defensively in the infield and outfield by first base coach Renteria. He takes the outfield, and Hoffman, the third base coach, takes the infield. And it's really quite a organized, intensive piece of research that goes into the start of this game.
Yeah, it's not just going out to a position and playing where you want. You know, we've seen earlier this year, outfielders have little cards that help them position themselves for each hitter. They'll verbally talk about it, talk about what the pitchers are going to do, how they're going to attack the hitters. You know, basic parlance: when they're behind, you take 2 steps to the pull side. When they're ahead, you take 2 steps to the opposite field side.
There's another line drive up the middle for a base hit. Hundley will turn and hold at second as Denorfia rifles a single. Back-to-back base hits as the Padres endeavor to answer here in the home half of the second.
That's a line drive right up the middle, and umpire Greg Gibson had to hit some turf. This ball's right at him. He hits the turf. So, a couple of base hits for the Padres.
Well, you're down there. Give us some push-ups. Give me 5. It's military night, Memorial Day night, honoring the USS Midway, now a museum here in San Diego. Here's Salazar, batting .242. Takahashi presented with some base traffic here in the second.
Padre hitters have been pretty patient at the plate. They really haven't jumped out.
Ball 2.
And make Takahashi throw strikes. So Salazar hasn't hinted of bunting and moving these guys in, moving them up 90 feet. Durango on deck, pitcher spots after that. So Buddy Black's going to let Oscar try to get himself a pitch and maybe get a base hit.
Ooh, out in front of a changeup. Cleverly thrown by Takahashi on a 2-0 pitch.
See him throw that ball, just kind of sinks a little bit, takes a lot off, about 10 miles an hour off his fastball.
Out of play. Going back to the whole scouting of an opponent, and not only how do you pitch to their hitters and how will their pitchers pitch to you, but how many times this year we've seen a ball hit really well and it almost seems like an infielder is out of position. The ball goes right to him. Well, that's part of the whole process. If we do this, they should do that, and then we ought to have our shortstop almost playing near second base. Oh, there you go.
Yep,
ground out.
Happens on pretty much every team does the same type of thing. And in today's game, there's poor Mike Tompkins down there. He's burning DVDs for the pitchers, for the hitters. you know, they're recording games for the next series after the Mets. And so, yeah, it's a lot of work that goes into it.
Inside, 3-2. Of course, in this day of so much television and video available, it's made it somewhat easier. In the old days, all you had was that advanced scout out watching games and then writing a report, sending it in.
I remember as a player, I liked the reports, but I didn't believe them all the time.
Ground ball right side, base hit. Salazar punches one through the hole. They're going to hold Hundley at third. As playing shallow and right was Francoeur. He got on the ball quickly.
We got one of the best throwing arms in the business out in right field. Salazar, great piece of hitting. And we've seen that tonight. Padre hitters not afraid to go the other way. 3-2 pitch, turns it over but gets it up. And Salazar goes with it to right field. And the scouting report on Jeff Francoeur is you better get a good jump off second base because he's got one of the best throwing arms in the business.
So Glenn Hoffman there at third. Said he's helped to teach and inform his players as to what to look for. So he knows best of all that you better think about holding up that runner.
Yeah, that's one of those things they talk about in the scouting report too is, the throwing arms of the defenders.
So bases loaded, no one out. Mets leading 1-0, and here's Luis Durango. A strike. Durango 2 for 8, looking for his first RBI. They shorten up in the infield. Reyes and Cora up the middle. If it's hit to them, they'll sacrifice a run for a double play chance. Looped. If it's fair, that's trouble, but it isn't. It's sailing foul. First baseman Ike Davis had a long way to run because he was in on the infield grass.
Now, Ike Davis is playing Durango as if he's going to sacrifice here. He's on the infield grass, a couple of steps.
Now with 2 strikes, third baseman Wright backs up. He was in on the grass as well. No one out. Bases full of Padres. Tried to get young Durango to chase.
Well, it's a big at bat here because pitcher Correa's on deck, and you'd love to get the tying run. I mean, you got to come away from this with at least a run. And we'd love to see him put this ball in play.
Good eye, 2-2. You saw Salazar on that 3-2 pitch that he singled to right. That actually was a ball 4, but didn't want to take a chance and delivered the single. So he's at first. Denorfia at second, Hundley at third. And 2-2 coming up. Ball 3.
Takahashi trying to nip off the outside corner with that changeup. Durango not biting. Padres fans getting excited here. A chance to tie this ball game up.
That one is popped up down the right field side. 3 converge, and the out made by Francoeur in foul territory. You saw that arm. He fired a strike on one hop to home plate. So Durango couldn't get the run in on an out. And Kevin Correa will have to try to help himself. He's 3 for 16 this year. That's the one thing with all that speed Durango doesn't want to do is hit the ball in the air.
Yeah. He got beat by the fastball. Takahashi challenged him 3-2. Francoeur playing shallow in right field, able to track that ball down.
Stays shallow for Correa. Infield, except for first baseman Ike Davis. He's creeping in, thinking there might be a bunt here. And he's right as Correa pops that over the head of the catcher, Barajas. That becomes a contact play. Hundley did not have a real good break that time.
Yeah, well, we call that the safety. And Reading the suicide squeeze. He's trying to position the ball with the bunt to get the run in.
Might be a good time for the old Baltimore chop here. Butcher Boy. He chases the changeup. So 2 strikes on Correa. Bases full of singles. Hundley, Denorfia, and Salazar. 1 out. Takahashi trying to pitch out of a big jam.
Back 1-2, change up away
to the pitcher. And he said he has confidence in all his pitches that he can throw strikes. Even though he's fallen behind both Salazar and Durango, he said that Salazar to single and Durango to pop to right. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and a good 90-mile-an-hour fastball is the first strikeout for Takahashi.
After the changeup, came back with a fastball down in the zone. So now the Padres are going to have to get some 2-out magic now.
Jerry Hariston hit the ball hard the first time up, but right at the shortstop Reyes. Unable to score on an out. It's up to Hariston. Try to deliver something. Drive in 2. Strike 1 on the inside corner. That's the fastest he's thrown. 91. See, Jerry doesn't swing from right down on the end of the bat. Gives up a little.
Hits that one deep to left field. If it's fair, that could be trouble right down the line. Touch 'em all. A grand slam. This homestand began. Hariston didn't have a home run. Hit 2 against St. Louis, both to win it. One a walk-off, and what a start-up tonight. A grand master from Jerry Hariston.
Takahashi tried to sneak another fastball in on Hariston, and he is right on it. Ties that ball right down the line out of the ballpark for the big hit, the biggest hit.
Biggest one of the entire season for the Padres. I think that's the first grand slam. And for Hariston, it's his second in his career. He hit one April 23rd. This year he hit one. I'd overlooked that one. 4-0. As the Padres, after they'd loaded it with no one out, here's Eckstein, a fly ball shallow and right. Inning comes to an end. After 3 straight singles, a couple of outs, Padres couldn't get a run on an out, but they got 4 with a swing as Hariston delivers, and it's 4-1.
Still a buzz as Jerry Hariston cleans him up with a grand slam. The second hit by a Padre this year. His second in a career. The other Padre grand slam was the opening game of the series at Cincinnati when Adrian Gonzalez capped off a 6-run inning on the way to a 10-4 win against the Reds. But Hariston gets his name written in the leadoff spot, and he's in the right spot at the right time.
He's swinging good. 10 hits in his last 8 games. Talk about his first at bat hitting the ball right on the button. It just happened to be at Reyes, the shortstop. And it's funny how just a couple of inches, Takahashi tried to get that ball in on him, and he missed just a couple of inches towards the middle. Hariston was right on it and hit it out of the ballpark.
Correa now staked to the 4-1 lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Reyes. Chopped out in front of the plate, and Hundley captures the fair ball and throws him out.
Second time tonight, Reyes has taken this ball away and tried to pull it. And that one, he bounces right in front of home plate. Hundley on it quickly and throws him out.
We want that ball to bounce with the backspin. Reyes hoping it'd go foul. One away, and Alex Cora, he grounded to short his first time up. Yeah, that's like hitting the jackpot. Ding, 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 ding. Huh?
2 out lightning. Because it didn't look good. Couple of outs with the bases loaded.
1-1 to Cora. Where will lightning strike in this Padre lineup? By the way, Scott Hariston, brother, he's going to be joining us shortly. Ground ball pulled to Gonzalez. He'll take it himself to the bag. 2 away. Scott is on rehab at Lake Elsinore. Went 1 for 3 last night, 2 for 2 and 2 walks tonight. And word is that he'll rejoin the club before we go to Philadelphia for the weekend series, 4-game series. And obviously he's swinging the bat well at Lake Elsinore. And his home run bat will be welcome back before he injured that hamstring. He was second to Gonzalez in home runs on the club. It was 6. Big brother Jerry with 3 on the homestand. Ground ball, Hariston. Backhand, Gonzalez. Easy 3 ground ball out. 1-2-3 third inning for Kevin Correa. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Eckstein, Gonzalez, and Headley. San Diego County and check out the latest offers on a brand new Honda Accord. Well, the Grand Slam home run by Jerry Hariston has us scrambling through the Padre record book, and the all-time Padre Grand Slams with 7, Phil Nevin. Second, Nate Colbert with 5, Steve Finley 4 Grand Slams. In his career, David Eckstein has 4 Grand Slams. Gonzalez with the other Grandmaster this year at Cincinnati. And David. Bottom of the third, 4-1. Gonzalez walked his first time up. So Takahashi had gone 13 consecutive innings as a starting pitcher without allowing a run on one pitch. He gives up 4. Line drive, base hit to left field. Trying to cut it off in the corner. Left fielder Bay, and he does a good job of getting the ball back in and holding Gonzalez to a long single.
I was just getting ready to say the Padre hitters are taking some really good swings tonight. So the scouting report on Takahashi must have been right on the money. That's a fastball on the outer third. Barajas does not move his glove. It's right where he wants it. And Adrian Gonzalez can do that with the best of them.
Yeah, weigh his head right down on the ball at the contact point. Headley takes a slow curveball for a strike. Grounded to second his first time up. Arizona leading the Dodgers 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning up at Dodger Stadium. And Ubaldo Jimenez, another shutout for the Colorado ace. He's 10-1 this year. Shutout San Francisco 4-0. Beat Lincecum. Ground ball pulled foul past third.
Jimenez could win 25 this year. His stuff is that good. And the Rockies score some runs for him.
Amazing he's lost a game.
I know.
Must have given up a run that day.
Yeah, that must have been one of those games where the Rockies didn't score for him. But
now 10-1 with a 0.78 ERA. 11 decisions. That one looped to right center for a base hit. Gonzalez running all the way, but will hold at second base as Francoeur gets it in. And the Padres with their hitting close on tonight. That's their 6th base hit. Randy Reddy. Pleased with the way his hitters have taken on this left-hander Takahashi.
Well, see, this ball gets in on Headley, and that's one of those balls that it's looped into right center field, and most guys are going to try to go to third. But again, Jeff Francoeur out in right field is so proficient at throwing guys out. Adrian Gonzalez didn't even think about going to third.
Hundley, he started that 4-run second inning with a sharp single to right center. Slow curveball. He lines this one into the left field corner. Fair ball. Taking it out is Bay. Gonzalez around to score. Right behind him is Headley. And it is 6-1. Red hot Nick Hundley. A single and a 2-run double tonight.
He didn't waste any time either. Jumped on the first pitch, hooked it in the corner. Sees a breaking ball, and Hundley hooks this ball into corner, and good base running. Adrian was going to score easily, but here comes Chase Headley running all the way. Able to score standing up, and Padres, big night on the offensive end. 6 runs. 6 runs!
We're talking about all those walk-off hits for runs. The game's that close. The backside of all of that is you don't have any easy games. Well, maybe tonight's the night to enjoy a big scoring fest for these hitters, and Hundley has had some long Memorial Day weekend. DeNorfia had a single, his first time up and scored.
Well, Dick, the other thing we talk about is that they usually are singles. Well, tonight we've gotten the grand slam, we've gotten the double that's driven in two more. Padres moving the ball around offensively tonight and getting more than just singles.
Chopped to short. That'll move the runner to third, and just getting DeNorfia is Reyes for the first down. Oliver Perez, former Padre, a left-hander who has been demoted, was in the starting rotation at the start of the year. They sent him to the bullpen. I believe that's when they switched and brought Takahashi out of the pen and made him a starter. Chance for the Padres to pick up another run with an out as Oscar Salazar comes up. Hundley on this Memorial Day weekend, 2 for 2 tonight. Pinch hit RBI winning single yesterday. On Saturday, a home run and a triple, and scored 2 runs. So in the last 3 games, Nick Hundley is 5 for 6 with 6 runs batted in, including the game winner last night. Out of play, Salazar 0-2. He singled through the right side, a ground ball his first time up.
The out that Hundley made in that 5 for 6 was a line drive to right center field. That Niger Morgan ran down. So, he's swinging a bat good, and like I said, he's swinging with confidence right now, and he's having success. He couldn't have come at a better time, especially with Torrealba going to be out, going to be missing a few days. Hundley's going to get a chance to play every day, and you want to take advantage of that.
That ball hit to center field. Hundley will tag. Pagan with a catch. Here comes the throw. Here comes Hundley. He doesn't slide. And he is out at the plate. Why wouldn't you be sliding there? The on-deck hitter Durango perhaps didn't give him the slide sound. That's his responsibility to get that runner down. Hundley thought he was home free. So the inning comes to an end on a double play, 8-2. He might have been able to slide under that tag. San Diego. Kids, mark down June 13th. Take a look at that helmet. See, it's got that modern side with those gills on the side, just like the big guys wear. Those will be yours. The first 10,000 kids 14 and younger when the Padres entertain the Mariners on Sunday, June 13th. A helmet for kids presented by Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream. Plus, kids can run the bases after the game. So get your tickets tonight at Padres.com. Ground ball to the right side, and Eckstein, a very tough chance. Gets him! Oh, my. A one-hopper to Gonzalez, and that sweet leather of the Gold Glover able to dig it out of the dirt for the out.
See that smile on Edgar's face? I think on Adrian's face, I think he enjoys this as much as swinging a bat. Short hop, pick that ball right out of the dirt. Eck with a great play.
That's the poetry of this game. Those are the moments as a fan that, those are precious. You don't see those plays every night. And Eckstein, just to get to the ball, he hasn't committed an error all year. He's the only second baseman in the league with perfect report card defensively.
Well, you're not surprised. He really works in his craft. He's out here early taking ground balls, working on that play he just made.
David Wright, first ball hunting, lost one down the line and right. It's going to fall for a base hit. Denorfia holds him to a single, so Wright is 2 for 2. His single and then a stolen base back in the second. Came home on Pagan's single for the Mets run. This leaderboard is brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food, 18 Southern California locations, home of the Monster Burrito. Fewest errors by second baseman this season. Phillips and Castillo with only 1, Prado and Johnson 2, but Eckstein, that's when a 0 is as good as an A. He liked that line.
Yeah.
One out single by Wright. He sent a wedge shot to right. Here's Pagan, a RBI single. He lined it over the head of shortstop Hariston to drive in the run in the second. His 23rd RBI.
David Wright is now 11 for 13 off Correa. And he's just finding the open areas out there.
2-0.
Correa made a pretty good pitch too, and he just fought that ball off, and it lands inside the line in right field. And again, that's one of those conversations you have. Adrian standing at first base, knowing, hey man, you're wearing Correa out. What are you doing?
Yeah, let me touch it. That ball lined to right field. In comes Denorfia, makes the catch. Now that's how baseball works too. Here's a little mini drama. You see the Eckstein play to Gonzalez. That's something worth savoring. And now you get a loop single by Wright. That looks as good as a line drive. Then you get the line drive to right, and that's an out.
That line drive to right had a little bit of a knuckle to it too. And Denorfia able to stay with it and make the play, but that's how this game works. Look, see how he comes in and that ball kind of takes off on him, and he's able to stay with it and make the play.
Made the old-fashioned two-handed catch. Barajas popped to first. He first ball hunting as well. And Eckstein throws him out, inning over. In the fourth, no runs, a hit. The Mets leave their third man. It's still 6-1. Definition, and it's brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease, so negotiate well. On this Memorial Day night, originally it was a dedication day holiday to honor the Civil War men and women who fell in combat, and then in 1971 became an official U.S. holiday to be celebrated on the last Monday in May. Fans here to enjoy the ball game and salute our heroes. Takahashi will work it to Durango, Correa, and then Hariston. Durango fouled to right his first time up. Infield at first and third, right in on the edge of the grass. And he loops this one to center. Long run for Pagan. Can't get there. Well, there's the advantage. You got the infield drawn in, respecting his speed, so you got more grass in which to spoon a single.
That's a good description. He spooned it out there. You know, Pagan playing shallow in center, still unable to get to this ball. Durango gets on it. Little change up out in front. See him just flip that ball out in the right field. Pagan can't get to it. So the lead's not big enough. He will be trying to steal a base if he can.
8 base hits now for the Padres. Everyone in the lineup with at least one except for Correa and Eckstein. Randy's boys are ready tonight. Foul ball on the bunt. Correa struck out swinging back in the second. That was an inning that started so promising with 3 straight singles. Hundley, Denorfia, and Salazar to load the bases, but Durango fouled to right, not deep enough for a man to score. Then Correa struck out, so it looked as if Takahashi might just pitch out of that trouble spot, but Hariston slugged one into the left field corner for a grand slam home run and the 4-1 lead at the time. Chop foul. And these pitchers take pride in their ability to bunt, and so Correa not happy with himself for those 2 attempts.
You're right. They work on that all the time.
Durango with that blazing speed over at first base. Held on by Ike Davis. See if Correa is still bunting. Yes. This one's good. And the out recorded at first base. Second baseman Cora covering. And the fans give Correa a hand as he comes back to the dugout. The successful sacrifice. And here's Jerry Hariston, our Coors Light freeze can, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
It was just a matter of inches. Takahashi tried to come inside on the first fastball, and he wanted it in there again. And you see Jerry Hariston pointing to first base coach Rick Renteria, and I'm sure that had something to do with the scouting report, because he tried to double up on the fastball, and Jerry Hariston was ready.
Chance to add to the 6-1 lead here. Hariston up with Durango at second. And Hariston crowds the plate, and that pitch was inside. Looked as if, he might get jammed, but he and his brother Scott both can really turn their hips on that inside ball.
Yeah, and they keep that ball fair. They both, Jerry and Scott, do a real good job on that ball in of not hooking that ball foul. And again, the scouting report in play, I think, see Jerry Hariston up in the front of the box. Knowing that Takahashi is not going to throw his fastball by you.
Try to take a little edge off the breaking ball, be up before it gets its full break, huh?
Well, Jerry's a fastball hitter. He likes the fastball. And you're right, moving up in a box like that will help you take some of the break off the breaking ball.
Away, 3-0.
And the other thing it does is it almost invites pitchers to throw the ball in, because you think you can get that ball in on him. And Jerry Hariston Second fastball last time up. Didn't get it in enough. Got it more in the middle, and he hit it out.
3-1. Kind of reminds me of a guy that wore 19 here in San Diego, that he'd be kind of away from the plate, so you might as well pitch him out in the outside corner because he'll never be able to get out there.
You remember all the stories I used to tell.
Just hooking them here, just baiting them. Throw it out there. I'll never be able to hit it. 5.5 hole. Ball 4. So first and second as Takahashi walks his second man. And here's Eckstein. He's grounded a short fly to right.
See Dan Worthen on the phone. Over Perez going to get up again in the bullpen.
Perez's problems, which have been fairly consistent throughout his career. He'll throw a game where he looks like he's a world beater, an all-star. Then he'll come back and walk the ballpark.
His numbers this year, 0-3, 36 innings.
How many walks in 36 innings? 32
walks in 36.
Ooh,
that's
ouch.
And that's with him. He's got good stuff, but invariably he gets himself in trouble, falling behind and walking hitters.
Eckstein drives the ball down the line, foul. Ball girl almost making a catch just off the warning path. Just don't go out across that line.
I have to admit, that's what I was thinking as that ball was going down the line. She was reaching for it. Wait.
Eye of an eagle. Eckstein trying to join the hit parade. The only regular in the lineup without a base hit at this point. One out. Takahashi already at 67 pitches.
The other thing, if you've watched the whole game with us, he's thrown his fastball into right-handers and away to lefties. So the strong side of the plate for Takahashi is the inside corner to right-hand hitters. Outside, Adrian hit a ball out there, hit it to left field.
Ground ball chopped to third. Right goes to second for one, and back to first, a double play. Second double play in the last 2 innings for the Mets. 5-4-3. No runs, a hit, and one left. The first man stranded for the Padres. We go to the 5th. Still 6-1 San Diego. The mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction. Do you need more space for a new guest? Visit MurrayLampert.com. See how easy and affordable a room addition or a second story can be. 6-1 as we go to the 5th inning. Jeff Francoeur single to right his first time up. After 4, Padres 6 runs on 8 hits. The Mets 1 run on 4 hits. Correa drops that one in at the knees. Slow curveball way out in front. It's kind of appropriate that, Memorial Day weekend, Indianapolis 500. What do they call the track there? The Brickyard. And that's where Hariston hit it, up in the Brickyard there and left. Got a sense of historical place.
Okay.
A little bit of a reach.
Works for me. I just like the fact that multiple runs. Put some cricket numbers on the board tonight, a 4 and a 2 instead of these picket fence ones.
And now the Padres looking for that checkered flag.
Yeah, well,
that's the best part.
Still got a ways to go. But Correa's got some runs to work with tonight.
2-2 to Francoeur. Oh, it hit him on the left hand or wrist. So many small bones and fragile bones, if you will, in our hand and wrist that it's always a concern anytime a player is hit.
Run that fastball in and hit him right on the wrist.
So the trainer out to take a look at Francoeur with a 6-1 lead and a 2-2 count. There's no intent there. That ball just riding in. There's a case where a hitter in part is responsible. He's leaning out and the ball comes in. He can't get out of the way.
Well, 2 strikes, you got to hang in there on that breaking ball in case he throws you that breaking ball.
Pinch hitter Gary Matthews Jr. comes up to hit. Hitting 179. Takes a strike. 190 left-handed, 143 right-handed. Well, we got a Tony Gwynn Jr. down in the dugout. Here's a Gary Matthews Jr. with the Mets. You must have played against his dad.
Played against his dad and played with Junior.
Gary had a terrific big league career.
The first year with the Mets, traded over from the Angels.
There's a base hit. Sounded like a broken bat. Moved out into left center and sprinting all the way is Francoeur to third. Here comes the throw into second, and Matthews is in with a double. Boy, there's some hustle with a 5-run deficit. Matthews gambling and stretches that single into a double.
Durango did all he could do. He tried to get to it and get it in, but Matthews running out of the box. And again, a good pitch. Maybe elevated a little bit, but it's right off the end of the bat. Cracks his bat. Durango with the backhand. Plants. The throw was on line. They might have had a shot. Able to get his foot just ahead of the tag the next time.
So second and third as Francoeur hit by a pitch and a soft double to left center off the bat of Matthews. And the Mets threaten to cut into that 6-1 Padre advantage. Back to the top of the order. Reyes has tapped out to the mound and tapped out in front of home plate. So Reyes, Cora, and Bay now with no one out. Looking to put a dent in that 5-run Padre lead. Late on that swing.
Well, to me, in this lineup, this is the guy that makes their offense go. Last 8 games, really starting to swing the bat well, gotten his average up to 255. Looks like he's running full speed again.
There's a drive into right center field. That's up the alley. That will easily score 2, and Reyes is looking for a triple. And he's going to go into third. Didn't need a slide without a throw. It's 6-3. The Mets fans here able to cheer. His 20th run batted in and 21st of the season. It all started with a hit batsman and a looping double by the pinch hitter Matthews, and they too come home in a hurry on this drive to right center field.
Hundley wanted that ball away, and he got it more in the middle. And you talk about somebody who can run. You see him keeping stride. Didn't have to slide in the third, but knocks in 2. Gets the Mets right back in the game. Opportunity to get a run closer and make it 6-4.
Still no one out, and Cora and Bay and Davis in the infield again are going to play back, except for Headley. He's bag high at third. Ball 1. Stirring out in the bullpen for San Diego. And we will have a new pitcher for the Mets in the bottom half of the 5th inning as Matthews hit for Takahashi. Raul Valdez, a left-hander, has been throwing down in the pen in right field, and that's Edward Mujica for San Diego. Strike.
Buddy wants to give Correa an opportunity to get 5 innings in and get a chance to get a win, but
ground ball sharply to second. The run will score. It's 6-4 as Eckstein throws out Cora. Credit him with his 12th RBI. So a 3-run inning for the Mets on 2 hits. The big hit, the triple by leadoff hitter Reyes. 1 away, and Jason Bay comes up with the bases empty. Strike, and meanwhile the news up north, the Dodgers come up with 2 runs in the 8th to tie Arizona 4-4. Boy, Dodgers have had some month of May. Just out of the strike zone, 1-1. Foul tip. Count goes to 1-2 on Bay. Close the book on starter Hisanori Takahashi, who had not given up a run as a starter. Came in with a 2.13 ERA. That includes his bullpen work. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Off speed as Bay out in front.
Good breaking ball there by Correa. Kind of regrouped here after the triple by Reyes.
3rd strikeout for Correa. Takahashi goes 4 innings, 6 runs all earned, 8 hits, walked 2 and struck out 1. Ike Davis struck out, and he sent that ground ball out towards center field that Eckstein was able to field backhanded and throw a 1-hopper over to Gonzalez, who picked it out of the dirt to deny him a hit last time up. Modest shift on Headley, way off the bag at third. Play him as a dead pull hitter. See, Hariston shifted within about 12 feet of the bag at second. Eckstein out on the grass at second base. 2-1.
offensively. They feel like Davis is a guy that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They've attacked him with backdoor breaking balls tonight.
Three and one.
Hundley wanted that ball in. See the pitch count, 73.
Change up on 3-1. Davis looking for the fastball.
See Correa not going to give in because it's 3-1 and throw him a fastball. A change up takes him a little off. Davis way out in front.
Sharply hit, but Gonzalez right there takes it to the bag, and the inning is over. But the Mets come back with 3 runs on 2 hits. No one left. Halfway mark in this one, 4.5 in the book, 6-4 San Diego. Is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, you call 800 Farmers or visit farmers.com, because ready feels good. How about this? 1964, May 31st, the Mets and the Giants played the longest game in Major League history, 7 hours and 23 minutes, 22 innings, and the Giants won it. And that was the second game of a doubleheader that day.
Really? Oh.
And Gaylord Perry pitched in relief 10 scoreless innings to get the win.
Wow.
What a game. The new pitcher is Raul Valdez, 32-year-old from Havana, defected from Cuba when he was a member of the Cuban national team. He was pitching in the Mexican League last year. Signed a minor league contract with the Mets in spring training. And he works to Adrian Gonzalez, who has walked and singled. Scored on the 2-run double by Hundley in the 3rd. Padres with a grand slam homer from Hariston and a 2-run double Hundley for their 6 runs. Nets have come back with 3 of their own. The key blow, the 2-run triple by Reyes. Ground ball right side. Diving try by Cora. Then he flips to the shortstop. That was the only play he had, but kind of surprised Reyes. He said, "What are you throwing it to me for?" That could have been a spectacular play. Gonzalez not that fast. That's an infield hit for Adrian.
Wow, Cora thought that was the only way he was going to be able to make the play, was to flip it to Reyes coming across. And Reyes wasn't really expecting that play. That's one of those where you work together and you kind of get a feel for the other one, and Reyes not expecting him to flip that ball to him. And
I think if Cora had bounced to his feet, he could have thrown Gonzalez out.
I agree too.
Chase Headley takes a strike. Headley grounded to second and dropped a single into right center and scored a run in the third.
Valdez, for pitcher, really doesn't have very much of a follow through when he delivers the baseball. He's more straight up and down.
1-1. This is his first major league year at the age of 32. Pitching in the minors in 2008-2009 in Mexico. Ground ball through the hole, left side. Headley has his second hit. So Gonzalez and Headley greet Raul Valdez with back-to-back singles. Padres in double figures in that hit column with 10. No one out in the fifth inning.
Like a little change up out over the plate. Headley drives it in the hole. So again, Padre offense back in business again.
They've been threatening in every inning but the first inning. A couple of double plays taking him out of potential run scoring opportunities in both the third and the fourth. Remember, Hundley thrown out at the plate on a play where he might have made it had he made a slide. Instead, he came in standing and was tagged out on a fly ball to center. 8-2 double play. He's as hot as any hitter has been all season long. A single and scored. 2-run double tonight. The RBI single that won the game. Walk-off hit last night against Washington and Saturday against the Senators. 2 for 3. A home run, a triple, scored 2, and the only out was a deep drive to right center.
When you're in one of those hot streaks, every day you get tested. And here he's ahead in the count, 2-0. He's got a guy on the hill who's not overpowering. The tendency here is to want to try to pull something. And you see, comfortable, not feeling like he has to hit anything. He wants to pick his pitch, get his pitch, and put his best swing on it.
With his 2 hits tonight, raising his average up to 287. Now a 3-0 pitch down the middle. Infield set for a double play for the Mets. Hundley trying to get some of those runs back as the Mets tallied 3 in the top half of this inning. Carve into the lead, 6-4. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Gonzalez goes to third. Headley to second. Hundley on with the first walk from Valdez, and here comes pitching coach Dan Worthen.
This is one of those conversations that's real quick. Hey, oh, you got to throw strikes. You got to work ahead. You can't work behind.
Throw strikes, but don't throw them anything good to hit.
Exactly. Throw strikes, but not in the middle of the plate.
I love that. Don't walk them. Don't give them anything good to hit. The ultimate test. If you pass it, you're a major league pitcher.
That's correct.
DeNorfia singled, line drive to center field in the second inning. He scored on Hariston's grand slam homer. He grounded to short his last time up. They play back up the middle, give up a run for 2. In at the corners. Slow bender, looked pretty good.
I think Valdez thought it was pretty good too.
DeNorfia with 6 RBI since coming up to the big leagues from the Portland Farm Club. Ball 2. There's the strike. 87 miles an hour. There's a little competition within the clubhouse here between Denorfia and Durango, and that Scott Hariston is going to be coming off the DL. You figure one of those two will stay, one will go back to Portland. A late swing. Took that one right out of the glove of Barajas.
Obviously, Denorfia looking for something off speed there. This is an 87 mile per hour fastball that just beats him. Looking for something off speed, but production, that's the name of the game. You got to be productive while you're here.
These young guys have gotten a chance.
Yep. Got an opportunity to show what they could do. Denorfia has been pretty productive, versatile, plays all three.
More experienced player. Durango's only 24. Denorfia's 29. 2-2. And down low 3-2. And now the pressure on Valdez to throw a strike or throw a run.
The thing about the Padres tonight, other than the strikeout by Correa in the second inning when they had the bases loaded and 1 out, they've done a really good job of swinging at strikes tonight.
3-2 with the bases loaded. Ball 4. And a run comes home. It's 7-4. Gonzalez checks in. Bases still loaded and no one out. Credit Denorfia with his 7th RBI. And that brings up Oscar Salazar. Grounded a single to right and scored in the second. And hit into that 8-2 double play. His fly ball to medium deep center field, caught by Pagan, who made a solid throw to the plate. Hundley coming in, not sliding. And the tag made by Barajas, who threw out a pretty good bluff as if the ball wasn't going to make it. Salazar has never hit a grand slam in his career. 2-0. Valdez is all over the place. So this inning started with the infield base hit by Gonzalez. Headley grounded one through the hole into left field. Then back-to-back walks by Hundley and Denorfia to get 1 run in. Base is still full, no one out. And Salazar a chance to really do some damage here in the 5th inning.
Henry Mejia up quickly in the bullpen for the Mets. Trying to get warmed up in a hurry.
Ball 3, too low. Well, you condition that plate umpire when you're wild to look for balls, not strikes. Another tough inning for the skipper of the Mets, Manuel. Strike on the inside corner. Not the best body language out there on the mound from Reyes, or Valdez rather.
Again, everybody noticed. Hitters notice. He's having trouble throwing strikes, and we're going to try to take advantage of something.
Ball 4 too high. He walks in another. And Jerry Manuel coming out to undoubtedly make a pitching change as Headley scores. 8-4 the score. Still no one out. And the 3 men on base, all there by walks. And the pitching change being made, and it's brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300,000s. Go to themarksandiego.com. Mejia, the new Mets pitcher. where you can enjoy a wonderful evening. Happy hour, 7 days a week. Old leaders right outside the right field corner. And here's young Henry Mejia. His only marks, 2 losses this year. Batting average up there at 276. So a rough outing out of the pen. Raul Valdez, 2 singles and 3 consecutive walks to walk in 2 runs. Still no one out. And Durango, the batter, swings around, bats left-handed. Infield in tight, in part respecting his speed, the other to try to cut off the run at the plate. Ball 1. Durango foul to right and Luke to single to center.
Now, Padre hitter's got to turn it up a little bit. Now you're getting fastballs in the mid-90s.
Ground ball up the middle, drawn in infield. Out it goes to center field. Here comes 1 run. Here comes another on the slide. This time and in safely is DeMarfia. 2 more score on the base hit by Durango. It's 10-4. His first career RBIs for Durango. And there's the advantage. With the great speed he has, everyone drawn in this case trying to cut off a run at the plate as well, and you couldn't have rolled the ball out over second base any better.
Sure couldn't. Got a ball out over the plate, bounced it right up the middle. Pagan playing shallow, challenged by DeMarfia, and he's able to score.
Those runs go on the ticket of Raul Valdez, and he's still responsible for Salazar over at second base. So 2 4-run innings tonight for the Padres. Get down to Kevin Correa, still no one out. He struck out and sacrificed, trying to move the runners up in this at bat. Another one of your crooked numbers up on the board, Tony.
Yes, sir.
First baseman Davis creeping in, trying to make the bunt to third. And the foul, 1-1. If you look into the face of this relief pitcher, spells his name Jenrry. It's pronounced Henry Mejia. You look at him, you see he looks pretty young. He is. He's only 20 years old. Product of Azua in the Dominican Republic. And that ball foul. Count goes to 1-2 on Correa.
Last time up, Correa wasn't able to get it down on the first 2 pitches. Was able to get it down on the third with 2 strikes. And I'm sure he's going to be bunting again here.
Salazar off second, Durango at first. And he pulls back on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-2. Twenty-year-old rookie with considerable promise. 22 innings. He has allowed 24 hits, however, and 13 walks. So he's been pitching in trouble, much of it made of his own here in his first year. And the stab at and miss, strike 3. First out of the inning. To the top of the order, and the 8th man to bat in the inning, Jerry Hariston. Grounded out, grand slam homer into the Western Metal Supply Company in the 2nd inning for the first 4 runs of the game for the Padres. And he walked his last time up. Chance to have himself a heady RBI night. In fact, his career high has been matched with that grand slam home run. He's never knocked in 5 runs in a game in his big league career. Just inside. And a rare night for this Padre offense in double figures, 10 runs on 11 hits, and they have a chance for more. 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ground ball could be 2. The flip to second for 1, back to first, a double play. The third of the night for the Mets. 4-6-3. Wait a minute, they've called Durango safe at second. The phantom play at second base, and umpire Greg Gibson is saying he didn't maintain contact with the bag when he caught the ball. Here comes Jerry Manuel out. Take a look at that. Again, Durango thought he was out, started to wander off the bag, and then the shouts from the dugout and Renteria saying stay right there, as Reyes came off the bag apparently. There's the flip. Oh, he was on making contact.
Certainly looked like it.
Unless he's, he hits the bag.
Looks like he hits the back corner, but this will be a better angle here. Where Greg Gibson is standing.
He can't see
the backside of the bag.
But that's a play that's almost automatic. I mean, it's how does he see that? So there's no error in the play. Just score that as a fielder's. There is an error. How can you presume a double play?
That's a good question. I don't think that's an error. I just think it's just 4-6-3 on the out at first. He is shaking his head, feeling like he had his foot on the bag.
But they get an out, so you can't presume the double play. We're going to score at 4-6-3 till we hear otherwise. So runners move to second and third. Eckstein with a chance. Takes a strike. The only regular without a base hit. He's grounded to short, flied to right, and hit into a 5-4-3 double play. Chance to pick up 2 more with a base hit. 9th man to bat in the inning. And if you don't think those base on balls will drive you crazy, just go down and visit with Mr. Jerry Manuel in the dugout.
Base hit here, and all 3 of those walks this inning would have scored.
Late swing on a 96-mile-an-hour blazer from young Mejia. Valdez still responsible for Salazar there at third. Durango belongs to Mejia. One-two pitch. Ground ball right side to the first baseman Davis. 9 men come to bat. 4 of them score on just 3 hits. 2 are left. It's 10-4. The Padres interleague action as they'll host the Mariners at 5:35 on Saturday night. First 25,000 of you fans will take home a Padres soccer-style scarf presented by Sequan Casino. Visit Padres.com. Get your tickets tonight. Kevin Correa, after giving up 3 runs in the top of the 5th, the Padres answer with 4. And he can lean on a 10-4 lead as he faces David Wright. And 1-1. Wright 2 for 2 to raise his career mark against Correa to ridiculous 11 for 13.
Wow.
1-2. Well, the Dodgers do it again. Arizona had a 4-0 lead. Dodgers chipped away, tied it in the 8th with 2 runs, 4-4, and they win it on a balk by Esmerling Vasquez in the 9th inning. 5-4 Dodgers. Arizona has lost 8 in a row. So no help from the Diamondbacks tonight. Padres trying to protect their 2-game lead over the Dodgers, hoping they could advance it to 3. 2-2. Ground ball left side. Hariston, off balance throw. Boy, he gets a strong arm. He doesn't need to get his whole weight behind the throw. Fires that one sidearm for the out. Kevin Correa, kind of a whoopee reaction.
Made a good pitch. He pretty much thrown them all breaking balls, and see Hariston on one leg able to get plenty on the throw to get the speedy right out at first. See him run around that ball.
Brings up Angel Pagan. Drove in a run with a single in the 2nd, and he lined sharply to right field his last time up. That .298 average is the best of the Mets regulars. You see how that helmet has the grooves up in the top of the helmet and on the side. We talked about the helmets they're going to give away the next homestand. It's the modern day style, just like that one for you young kids. Two and 0. Well located fastball.
They just settled down. He settled down nicely after giving up 3. Last inning, he's come in, got David Wright on some good breaking balls.
Three and 1. Of course, Correa went out there tonight hoping he could go deep into the game because the bullpen was busy yesterday. Adams, Bell, and Gregerson all pitching. Gregerson 2 innings to get the win in the 11th. And the walk. The first of the night for Correa. He did hit a man, and that cost him. Hit Francoeur to lead off the 5th. He went to 3rd on the pinch double by Gary Matthews. They both came home on the triple from Reyes, and Reyes scored on a ground out. Barajas kept in the infield, popped to 1st, and grounded to 2nd. Mets have turned 3 double plays. The Padres looking for one of their own.
I talked about it earlier. The Mets just haven't been one of those clubs that have been able to go on the road and play the kind of baseball they've played at home. Joey Manuel trying to.
Fouled out of play. Well, they've had only 7 wins on the road all year. Only Baltimore has won less. The Orioles only 6 wins away from home. And the Mets are 4-12 in their last 16 on the road.
So if you're going to contend in the NL East, you're going to have to play better on the road.
And yet they're only 3 behind the Phillies, and the Phillies lost today. That ball hit well to left field. That's very deep, and it is gone. A home run for Barajas, and it's a 10-6 game. An 0-2 pitch, and Barajas clubs his 11th home run of the year. Well, Correa, he's only given up 1 walk and 1 hit batsman, and they both have come around to score.
I wanted that ball away, and that ball just came back on the inner half of the plate, and Barajas is right on it. See Hundley set up on the outside part of the plate, but that ball ran back towards the inner half, and Barajas hit that out pretty easy.
Over the 357 sign. One out here in the 6th, and a score fest, 10-6 San Diego. And with those 3 double plays, Padres could rue lost opportunity. A high chopper. Headley will have to hurry, and he gets him by a half step. Francoeur hustling up the line. 2 away. And we've got a pinch hitter for the New York Mets. Chris Carter, left-handed hitter, comes up. Gary Matthews came off the bench and delivered a soft double into left center field and just legged it out, turned a single into a double with his hustle. Five for 17 is Carter. 3 for 9 as a pinch hitter and a couple of RBIs. Correa up to 90 on the pitch count, so presumably this will be his last inning. Strike. Ryan Webb throwing in the bullpen for the Padres.
I'm sure Buddy Blackwood would have loved to have gotten one more inning out of him, but
there's a line drive at Eckstein. And the inning comes to an end, but a walk and a home run, and the Mets chip away at the lead. It's 10-6. We've been enjoying a 10-6 game tonight as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Fan of the game brought to you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, visit FanDiego.com. For ceiling fans, you go to Fan Diego. Young lady deep in study of the finer nuances of this game. As we have a new pitcher for the Mets, Rota Egarashi. He, like the starter tonight, Takahashi, a veteran rookie. He pitched 11 years in the Japanese League and now making his major league debut, a rookie. Takahashi, the starter, 10 years Japanese League and then coming over to the States. He signed as a pro at a teenage, was pitching in the pro league as a teenager in Japan. He's only 30. Actually turned 31 3 days ago. .579 ERA. This is his 12th game. He's pitched 9 in the third innings, allowing 9 hits and 6 runs, a couple of home runs. And he falls behind 3-0 to Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez a walk and a couple of singles tonight, and he scored 2 runs.
The guys in the middle having a good night tonight. Gonzalez, Headley.
Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. So 4 straight times Gonzalez reaches safely. Here's Headley. He grounded out, singled twice and scored twice.
Rashi comes into the game and walks Gonzalez on 4 pitches. And you had talked about Jerry Manuel walks driving him crazy. And this is, none of those balls were close either on this 4-pitch walk.
They play Headley around toward left in the outfield. There's a strike. Francoeur considerable distance off the foul line in right field. Padres with the leadoff man on for the 5th straight inning. 1-1. $11 hits tonight, plus 6 walks. Two and one.
Rashi trying to nipple off the outside corner again and missing. And these guys are, the Mets pitchers are. When you've walked as many guys as they have, you got to attack the hitter.
And that went down in the dirt. 3-1.
You see, he's trying to be so fine on the outside corner, not getting the call and not throwing strikes. And the Mets pitchers have made it pretty easy tonight for the Padre hitters. Valdez came in last inning and walked 3 hitters, 2 of them with the bases loaded.
Line drive, base hit. Another hit for Headley. He's fattening up tonight. 3 for 4. Gonzalez stops at second, and the Padres threaten to have another inning. Well, this comparison is brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Games without a no-hitter. The Mets, Padres, and Rays, the only Major League franchises without a no-hitter. And the Mets and Padres, it has been a long run. 42 seasons for the Padres without a no-no. The Mets even longer.
That day is coming.
Are we going to see it?
That day is coming. I hope to see it.
Hundley, 2 for 2. Reached base all 3 times. He walked the last time up, and that pitch way outside. Singled and scored in the second. He came home on the grand slam by Jerry Hariston. Then he doubled in 2 of his own in the third. Walked and scored in the 5th. Padres' hottest hitter up there with 2 on, no one out. Out of play.
First time tonight, Nick Hundley tried to be aggressive there. Really aggressive. Rashi was behind in the camp for the first two hitters, and Hundley decided he was going to take a shot at a fastball. It was a little bit out of the zone, fouled it off.
That one hit well down the right field line, but slicing foul. Yeah, would have been close to home run depth down in the Petco porch. And that'll complete a terrific Monday night for that couple. Place to be here at Petco. Another encounter with the Mets tomorrow night, and then a day game 3:35 on Wednesday afternoon. The 1-2 pitch. Grind drive, another hit for Hundley. A late start for Gonzalez. He'll hold at third. They all move up 90 feet as Hundley 3 for 3 and a walk, as he's flirting with jumping from the 250 mark to 300 in just a handful of games.
Quality swing. He's having quality at bats. 2 strikes, ball outer half. Kind of gets it towards the end of the bat, but strong enough to line it in the left field for a base hit.
Boy, Tony Gwynn, it's been a long time since we've seen the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the middle of the Padre lineup come up with 8 hits. The 3, and we're still in the 6th inning.
8 for 9.
Denorfia. He has a single and a walk. Bases loaded walk, credited with an RBI. That ball lined to right field down into the corner. Francoeur can't get it. It's going to carry him off that Petco sign. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and holding at third is Hundley. It is 12-6. Gonzalez and Headley come home on Denorfia's 2-run double. He's knocked in 3 tonight.
Good hitting. Jumped on a first pitch fastball. See, it's up and away. He doesn't try to pull it, goes right with it. Lines this ball in the corner. And when it got by Francoeur and took that angle into right center field, I thought maybe all 3 runs would be able to score. But Francoeur got it back in.
With no one out, the safe play is to hold Hundley at third. So second and third. No one out yet. Salazar, the batter. Swing and a miss. Oscar singled and scored in the second. Hit into that 8-2 double play. Walked and scored with the bases, or walked in a run. Bases loaded in the 5th inning. His 5th RBI of the year. Infield comes in at all positions. High, 1-1. Yeah. Chris Denorfia making a statement, isn't he? He's been on base 3 times tonight, 2 for 3, scored twice, knocked in 2, knocked in 3. Bases loaded walk. 1-1. He went around.
Still nobody out here, and a chance to get some more runs, and so infield playing halfway.
Padres scoring in bunches. 4 runs in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the 5th, 2 more here in the 6th. Two and 2. 94. Igarashi. Two men in scoring position behind him, no one out. Out of play. The 12 runs represent the highest total against the Mets all season. Again, how do you figure this wonderful game? They say, okay, who do you think can score 12 runs against the Mets? Let's see. Phillies? No, not the Phillies. Milwaukee? No, not the Brewers. How about those Padres hitting 240 on this season?
At home at Petco Park.
Yeah. Chance for even more. 2 and 2 coming up. High, 3-2. He's throwing a high velocity fastball. 5'11" and 198 is Igarashi. Salazar grounds that one foul ball, and you know, there was almost a running mistake made there by Hundley at third base. He wasn't coming home on that high chopper, and it almost hit the foul line.
And a bigger mistake by Salazar. He didn't run on this ball. That ball's pretty close to going. It's not where it lands, where it goes over the bag.
That's DJ Rayburn hesitated there for a moment.
It looked pretty close.
Still 3-2. Ball 4. Salazar walks for the second time tonight. Oliver Perez is getting loose earlier in the game, and he starts to throw once again on a night when the bullpen has been contagious in its wildness. Perez, who is the wildest of all, warming up.
The Padres have taken advantage of 7 walks tonight.
This is the 8th time they've had the bases loaded tonight. 14 hits and 7 walks. 21 base runners in 6 innings. Durango lead on that fastball. He's fouled to right, singled, a looping single to center, and then rolled one right up the middle with a drawn in infield to drive in 2 in the 5th inning. His first major league RBIs. Chance for more. Bases full of Padres. Chops this one to first. Play will be at the plate, and Hundley forced there. No throw at first. They almost got the runner at third. Winding around. Oh my, as Denorfia took a big turn and just did die back. Durango safe on the fielder's choice. Hundley erased 3-2. Barajas in alert play to snap that throw back to third. So 1 out, base is still full. And Correa, his night is through. Venable will come up to pinch hit. Correa getting a ton of support tonight. Finishes 6 innings of work. A night of 6s for him. 6 runs all earned. Gave up 7 hits. And the first pitch, a strike to Venable. He walked only 1 and hit 1. Bases full of men in blue. Swing and a foul back. Venable with a big rip.
Up in the zone. When you come off the bench, you're looking for a fastball. You want to be aggressive with it.
He's 1 for 5 as a pinch hitter this year, and overall average 231. Good chance to add to his 17 RBI total. Foul back. Another fastball. So Correa leaves the game, staked to a 12-6 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and with 1 out, a chance for more. Jerry Hariston on deck. Ground ball right side, base hit. Here's the throw to the plate, but it's offline, and 2 more runs scored. Maybe another as the throw gets by third baseman right. And in comes Durango. 15-6. Venable winds up on second base. They'll score that, a single, an error, 2 RBIs for Venable.
Well, Will finally got something that he could handle and pulls it in the hole. Fastball away, he just hooks it into right field, and Frank Ford hesitated, and that throw was going to be offline. Davis cuts it off, but makes a bad throw to third. Durango able to get up and score. Venable able to move into scoring position, and so Padres
charged the first baseman with a throwing error, Ike Davis, and credit Venable with a 2-run single and moves to second base on the air. This pitching change brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson, always country first. Profile brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union with record-breaking member growth. Make your move and open an account tomorrow. Oliver Perez comes in to pitch with 1 out, 5 runs in here in the 6th inning. Venable at second with a pinch hit 2-run single. And the top of the order, Jerry Hariston, coming up. His grand slam home run in the 2nd inning set the tone for this night. The 2nd most runs ever scored by the Padres here at Petco Park. Remember, opening day they beat Atlanta 17-2. 15 runs on 15 hits. A strike from Perez.
They had good at bats all night long tonight, but you just could not see 15 runs on 15 hits. But they've done a great job offensively tonight, moving the ball around, being patient.
Check swing 1-1. Sure, Buddy Black might be thinking about banking some of these runs, because tomorrow night Wade LeBlanc goes against Mike Pelfrey, and Pelfrey is 7-1 with a 2.54 ERA. Yeah, that's the kind of scorecard we're looking at as well. You need a lot of columns here and a lot of room to register the run score. There's a long drive again. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It is hooking foul. Oh, he got all of that one.
You're right. The next 2 games, Pelfrey tomorrow, Santana on Wednesday, as he's out in front on the fastball. Open.
Not enough body English to get that one to stay fair. 1-2. The count. Line drive, base hit, center field. Venable Didn't know where the ball was, so he has to hole at third on a sharp single by Hariston. And here comes the ninth man to bat in the inning, David Eckstein, the only Padre not to get on the hitting carousel tonight. He is 0 for 4.
Well, Hariston hit that ball on the button. He's swinging good.
If Venable had been running with the pitch, Hariston would have had a career high 5 RBIs. As it turns out, first and third for Eckstein. Strike one. Hariston off first, down the line at third, Venable. Fly ball right center field, fairly deep. Giving ground is Pagan to make the catch. Tagging Venable, and the Padres have their 16th run of the game. Eckstein's 13th RBI. Hariston holds at first.
Nice AB by Eck. He wasn't going to change anything. Got a pitch. Drove it into right center field to drive in the 16th run.
Two out. And Gonzalez on base 4 straight times. Scored 3 times. A couple of singles and 2 walks. Raising his average just a nick below 270. Big bender that curved around the plate. 2-0. Line drive, but they have the shift on. And the shortstop able to make the play. Reyes over to Davis for the out. And the shift pays off. 10 men come to bat in the Padres 6th inning. And 6 of them score. 16-6. Baseball brought to you by Subway. $5 footlongs. They taste like a fortune, but they're still just $5, Stan. So many favorites like Blaze and Buffalo Chicken, $5 all day, every day. Subway, eat fresh. So Adrian Gonzalez, a rare rest of the night off for the first baseman as Salazar moves from left field to play first base. Denorfia goes from right over to left. Venable stays in the game in right field, and a new pitcher, Ryan Webb, on the mound. Webb getting a chance as a long reliever to close out the deal. Salazar gets the big glove.
There hadn't been a whole lot of nights this season where Buddy had some flexibility.
And Sawatsky also goes into the game for X time. So mass substitution like a hockey game. A new shift out there for the Padres. There's Sawatsky at second as Eckstein and Gonzalez have the rest of the night off. Webb, the pitcher, you can insert him into the third spot. Sawatsky will hit second. Fernando Tatis batting for Reyes to lead off the 7th inning. 1-1 from Ryan Webb. Reyes had the big triple to knock in 2 runs. That cut the Padre lead to 6-4 back in the 5th inning. But since then, the Padres have racked up 10 more runs. 4 in the 5th and 6 in the 6th. One ball, 2 strikes. And he misses with a slider. Webb appearing in his 11th game. Fly ball foul off to the right.
Let's see how Buddy uses his bullpen coming down. And we got a 10-run lead in the 7th inning. See if he gives a couple of guys an inning, or if you let Webb, try to finish it. I say you don't get much, get a lot of flexibility sometimes until you get games like this where you can.
Ground ball up the middle. Hariston to his left. 1 away. Tatis rolls out to short. Alex Cora has grounded out 3 times tonight. His ground ball in the 5th brought in a run. And there's the conversation between manager and pitching coach Black and Balsley to say, okay, what do you think? I mean, undoubtedly this surrounds, here's the situation. Give our bullpen a rest. Let Webb go here for a while. Maybe that's the thought. Good pitch in on the hands of Cora.
That would be what you would think. You figure Pelfrey's going to pitch better tomorrow for the Mets. And, of course, you got Johan Santana on Wednesday. You've used your guys in the bullpen a couple of days. You'd like to get them a day off.
Ball and a strike. So tomorrow night, game time 7:05. Wade LeBlanc 2-3 against Mike Pelfrey. That sterling 7-1 record. And then Clayton Richard on Wednesday afternoon, 3:35 game. Johan Santana, he's 4-2 with a 3.03 ERA. So 2 of the Mets' best lined up tomorrow night and Wednesday afternoon. That'll close out this homestand. Colorado shut out San Francisco. Jimenez 10-1 now. And the Dodgers win it on a balk in the 9th inning. They take Arizona out 5-4. 8 straight losses for the D-backs. The Padres have assured themselves to be in first place on June 1st tomorrow. It'll be the 8th time, actually the 9th time in history in their 42 years. And the previous 8 times they went on to win the NL West 5 times. It's not exactly being in first on the 4th of July.
No.
That old axiom. That
I wasn't going to say that. June 1st is kind of that first date. Kind of look and see where you are, how the team is playing. Obviously they've surprised everybody. Ball
4. Webb just misses. And it went on walk to Cora.
And the thing that's surprising to me, I wonder what other Padre fans think, but the surprising part to me is not that they've pitched as well as they've pitched, the starting pitching, bullpen, but that offensively they haven't generated the kind of runs I kind of thought they would. I thought they would, be a team that's going to be right there in the thick of things because their pitching was so good, but I thought they would hit a little better.
Ball gets away from Hundley, not enough for an advance.
I'm always optimistic. They got a lot of young guys, and I believe these young guys are going to hit, and they're going to be able to put some runs on the board. And I asked you this the other day. Can you imagine what's going to happen when they start scoring some runs?
Yeah.
And with their pitching, Correa wasn't as sharp tonight as he normally is.
Could be two. Zawadzki to Hariston, back to first. Double play. Jason Bay, 4-6-3 on the double play, and that's it for the Mets in the 7th inning. Stretch half of the 7th, and tonight, Memorial Day, Monday night. Special meaning tonight, the singing of God Bless America. Instead of breaking away for commercial for San Diego, production team has decided this is an appropriate time for all of us to stand, appreciate Miss California, Miss America, Caressa Cameron.
God bless America.
Seventh inning stretch, and you can stretch your dollar at your San Diego Hyundai dealers. Get more MPG, more value, and double the warranty online at SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Padres come up in the home half of the 7th. Edley, Hundley, Denorfia. Fernando Tatis stays in the game at second base. Ball one. Cora moves over to shortstop. Out of play. Headley, after grounding out to second in the first inning, has singled 3 consecutive times and scored all 3 occasions. Two and one. Oliver Perez, the 5th Mets pitcher. Takahashi started, went 4 innings, allowed the first 6 runs. Valdez came in, didn't get anyone out, allowed 4 runs. The only effective pitcher was Henry Mejia. He pitched 1 inning without a run or hit. And then Igarashi, the door really flew open with him, and Headley drives this one deep to center field. How deep is it? Pagan sees it go over. Headley touches them all. A 4-hit night for Chase Headley as he circles the bases for the 4th time this year. And the Padres have matched their opening day total, the best ever at Petco, 17 runs.
Fastball, middle of the plate. Oh, he lined that up. It's a line drive home run to straightaway center field.
Nick Hundley, the hottest of the hot hitters. He's 3 for 3 tonight with a walk, knocked in 2, scored 2. Well, his bat has inspired the Padres over this holiday weekend.
Oh, man.
Including the walk-off single as a pinch hitter in the 11th inning yesterday. And Saturday, home run, 3-run homer and triple, and scored a couple. Grounds this one just foul past third.
I'm sure if you talk to the hitters, they will tell you that they were due for a game like today.
The home run by Headley is measured at 413 feet. Well, it's fireworks night, but most of the fans thought that would be after the game. 17 runs, 17 hits.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't mind sitting and watching this.
Foul back, 2-2. 20,023 to enjoy it. Room for you tomorrow night. Wade LeBlanc goes for his 3rd win against the Mets ace Mike Pelfrey, 7-1. Swing and a miss, and to show he's human, Hundley is struck out. One out here in the home half of the 7th, and Chris Denorfia, he's 2 for 3. He scored 2 runs and knocked in 3. Tough to pick the hitting star tonight. Yeah. Headley, Hundley, Denorfia.
I'm looking in the middle of the scorebook, and there are a lot of triangles filled in on here. Headley 4 hits, Hundley 3. Salas had a couple, 2 walks.
Denorfia singled a line drive single to center in the 2nd. Eventually came home on Hariston's grand slam. Grounded to short. Walked with the bases loaded to knock in a run and scored himself. Knocked in 2 more with a double into the right field corner and scored himself in the 6th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, a feel-good game for the San Diego Padres offense. Fans tuning in, and I didn't know the Chargers started playing this soon. It has a couple of touchdowns and a field goal for San Diego, a couple of field goals for the visitors.
Dick, I thought the same thing when people turn their TV on and they see that 17.
Chopped off home play. That's going to be a tough play for Wright. Can't make it. You saw in our opening tease the brilliant play he made here a year ago where he raced out into the outfield and made a catch with his bare hand, and he tried that same play on the run. Much too difficult, and DeNorfia has his third hit.
That was the only way he was going to be able to make that play. DeNorfia check swing. David Wright on the dead run trying to barehand the ball. That's a really tough play. So DeNorfia will take the hit, and the beat goes on. Hit number 18.
Well, here's the play we talked about. This is just an amazing defensive play. Broken bat. And running away from the infield, he didn't have time to get his glove over there, and he barehands it.
Unbelievable play. That's
ground ball back to the mound. Perez has trouble, has to reset, and they still complete the double play. It goes 1-6-3, and the inning is over. The Padres get another run on the home run by Headley. 2 hits and no one left. On to the 8th. 17-6. Send your favorite Padres to the 2010 All-Star Game and receive 20% off or a 2-for-1 Padres ticket deal when you vote at least 25 times online at Padres.com. Vote early and vote often for your San Diego Padres at Padres.com. Sean Gallagher comes in. Ryan Webb worked a scoreless inning. Gave up a walk, but got out of it with a double play. Gallagher back on the big league roster, appearing in his 10th game of the season. 13 innings, 14 hits, 10 runs. He's had a couple of rough outings, and when you're a relief pitcher, it doesn't take much to really balloon that ERA. First pitch is swung on, loop to left, in comes DeNorfia to make the catch. So like Davis out, he's 0 for 4 tonight.
Very good. There's DeNorfia showing his versatility. Started in right field, moved over to left. Got a good jump on that ball, made a nice play.
Brings up David Wright, who's looking around the ballpark as if to say, what happened to Correa?
Yeah.
Holy kid. 2 for 2, 2 for 3 actually. Finally, Correa got him out 6-3. Which makes him 11 for 14 career-wise against Padre right-hander. Gallagher at 94 on that fastball just outside. Angel Pagan on deck.
Yeah, good chance for Gallagher here to kind of get some rhythm and show Buddy Black that he can get 3 outs. Maybe give him the 9th inning 2.
That ball hit deep down the right field line, but foul. Go back into the seats. Strike. Fastball.
Another good arm coming out of that bullpen. You saw Webb last half inning.
Fouled away. A fan with a glove headed into webbing and almost there, and it just flipped out to the gentleman seated behind, and he gets the souvenir. Yeah, a fan from Temecula up there. Outside and the full count. And Wright earns a walk. Brings up Angel Pagan, an RBI single and a walk tonight, 1 for 2. Scored a run. Well, it's a busy time down in that scouting department. They're burning the midnight oil. The draft next week. Padres with the number 9 pick, and then they go 59th and 91st. 3 picks in the top 100. And of course, you go how many rounds? I mean, it's 50 rounds. Yeah. So you're thinking all the way down, up and down the line. Your primo picks early on, and then trying to steal that guy in the 18th, the 25th round. You just see, and that's where your scouting department, which has been expanded by Jeff Moret, have more out there in the field looking at talent, trying to get that sleeper.
This year is a little different. You know, last year Steven Strasburg was the consensus number 1, no question, going to be the first pick. I think this year is a little bit different. You know, probably depending on what you need. You know, a couple of pitchers, a couple of outfielders, a catcher. You know, Nationals, we talked about it earlier, got the first pick. It's going to be interesting to see how.
Is there that obvious pick out there?
I don't think so this year. I mean, I could be wrong, but last year, Steven, no question, was number 1, and the kid from North Carolina, I think, was solid number 2. This year, I think it kind of depends on what you're looking for. You know, if you're looking for a pitcher, there's some pitchers out there. If you're looking for a catcher, there's a catcher out there.
Not too many of those. Yeah. Up the middle and a base hit. Pagan drops his bat on the ball and bounds one into center field.
He stayed back nicely on that breaking ball, hit it right back up the middle.
So it was interesting on the UT today discussing some of the options that scouts are looking for, that big infielder that might have the arm and might have the ability to go behind the plate to make a catcher out of a player that isn't a normal catcher. And that corner infielders and outfielders are not the premium. And typically the game is played up the middle. So it's pitcher, catcher, shortstop, second, center field. Yeah. Because that center fielder might become your shortstop someday, or vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah.
That ball hit well to left, but right at Denorfia. He's got a spot worn out there in left field. So Barajas with a 2-run homer earlier today, and he rifles that one for an out. 1 for 4, 2-run homer in the 6th. And that pulled the Mets to 10-6 with a lot of innings left, and you wondered.
Yeah.
But the Padres rolled a 6 of their own the bottom half of the inning.
Well, every time the Mets have scored, the Padres have answered.
2 outs. Francoeur pops it up. It's over the dugout of the Padres. No chance for Hundley. Francoeur hit by a pitch and scored. He singled, so 1 for 2 tonight. That's with 8 hits. The 2 big blows, the 2-run triple by Jose Reyes in the 5th, and the home run to left by Rod Barajas with a man on in the 6th. The Padres, the biggest blow of all, a grand slam by Jerry Hariston for their first 4 runs.
And that was the answer to after the Mets scored their first run. So Padres 18 hits, 17 runs.
18 is one shy of their tops for the season. Ground ball to Hariston. Easy flip to Zawatsky. And the inning is over for the Mets. They leave a couple, and it's still 17-6. Your San Diego team. Follow your SD Padres on Twitter at twitter.com/SD Padres. Become a Padres fan on Facebook at facebook.com/Padres. Or read Friar John's blog for all the latest news at Padres.com. First ball swinging is Durango. Don't miss any of the action from your Padres. Follow them on twitter.com/SD Padres or facebook.com Padres or visit Padres.com. Durango takes 1-1. He has 2 hits tonight. Rolled a 2-run single up the middle, and he scored a run. Fly ball fouled on the right field line. Well, the Padres in the 7th game of the homestand, they had scored in the previous 6 games a total of 16 runs. They had 17 tonight. It is ridiculous how to play.
Well, like I said, from the Padre hitters' standpoint, yeah, they felt like this day was coming. They had all kind of trouble putting runs on the board, but were doing enough to win. And tonight, all the moons have aligned, and they've got 17 runs. Nobody happier than that guy.
Andy Reddy, the batting coach. And it's just such a morale booster.
Yeah.
The whole ball club, it's contagious. Everyone has some fun. Ball 4, Durango is on. So along with the 18 hits tonight, the Padres benefiting from just a peck basket full of walks. A reminder, stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Sequan Casino, San Diego's Daycation Getaway. Jenny and Bob, they're going to need about an hour and a half just for the highlights. Oh, that one hit Venable. So in a 17-6 game, a little inside music from Ali Perez.
Oh, I'm sure that's the last thing he's trying to do. He's just trying to throw strikes. And that one gets away from him, hits Venable on the elbow.
So 8 walks, a hit batsman, 18 hits, 27 base runners tonight.
For the New Yorkers, it'll be easy when this game ends to turn the page on this one.
Yeah, you can wipe the slate clean. You just say, well, that's one of those games.
Yeah.
The ones that are you take home and can't sleep all night are those ones you drop in the bottom of the 9th inning, or you let a lead get away.
Well, I can tell you, Dan Worthen and Jerry Manuel aren't going to be happy with the number of walks they've given up tonight. I mean, the Mets pitchers have been behind in the count pretty much all night.
Chopped over the mound, could be 2. There's 1 and another. As Hariston bounces out 6-3 double play, and that is the 4th double play. It's been the best thing going for the Mets tonight, as they have turned 4 double plays. Testimony to how many base runners have been out there for San Diego. Moving over to 3rd is Durango. 2 outs. And Lance Sawatsky bats for the first time tonight. Switch hitting infielder. Eckstein did not have a hit, but drove in a run with a sacrifice fly. Three for 15 in his 7 games played this year. But they've been a big 3. They've been at critical times, including the winning run yesterday after an infield hit. He scored the run in the 1-0 game against San Francisco earlier. We might have taken the error away on the play back. Hariston's ball that was scored. Remember, the umpire called the shortstop Reyes not on the bag, and the put out on Hariston went 4-6-3. You can't presume the double play, so the error has been removed on the play. This play here ruled that Reyes didn't hit the bag, so it just becomes a simple 4-6-3 put out, no error. Ground ball foul. Count remains 1-2 to Sawatsky. A combination of getting a lot of runs home and 4 double plays on an 18-hit night. There have only been 5 men left on base for San Diego. A little bit of wave action going on. Just keep your eyes on the ball and not on the wave.
The Padres have had their best at bats tonight, but really ducks on the pond. Mets put the run on the board in the first. They came back with the grand slam by Hariston, and then after Reyes' triple, got him back to within 2. They put 4 runs on the board.
Outside 2-2 to Sawatsky with 2 outs and a runner at 3rd.
So I'm sure Randy Reddy and Buddy Black are feeling a whole lot more confident that guys can have good at bats with guys in scoring position, because they have tonight.
Line drive, base hit, Sawatsky. He joins the hit parade. And it's 18-6. And that equals the Petco record for hits and breaks the record for runs. 18 runs, the most ever scored by San Diego here on this grand field. And the 19 hits match the 19 on opening day.
Lance Sawatsky basically picked this ball almost off the ground to drive in his first major league run.
That brings up the pitcher's spot, and Tony Gwynn to bat for the Padres for the first time. Tony a couple of base hits and an RBI in the 11-inning win yesterday. 1-1.
He's swinging better the last couple of days. Done a much better job using the center of the diamond. He's hit a couple of knocks the other day.
2 balls and a strike. Yeah, they're getting a little rowdy here, these 20,023 fans. Entertaining themselves. Ground ball foul. Pulled away foul.
They've had plenty to yell about tonight. It's been a long time. It's the home opener. Only scored this many runs.
4 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 6 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth. There are only 2 innings where they haven't scored. Chop foul. It remains 2-2. Didn't score in the first. Starter Hisanori Takahashi. And didn't score in the fourth.
Let's see how much nicer those cricket numbers look compared to the picket fences. Those ones are nice. But when you can put some cricket numbers on the board, you know, you have nights like this. You just mix in a couple of cricket numbers with some picket fences, and, you know, all of a sudden you got yourself a formula for winning games.
Full count. The runner goes, and the ball is hit just beyond the shortstop. Backpedaling out on the grass to make the catch is Cora. And the 8th inning in the books. We go to the top of the 9th. The Padres 18-6. The game, Sonic, now open in Santee and Vista, and soon to open in a neighborhood near you. Here it is, Jerry Hariston, bases loaded. 1-0 Mets at the time. 2nd inning into the Brickyard on Memorial Day weekend. The Grandmaster and the Padres have led since. Our Sonic hit of the game. Joe Thatcher comes in to work the 9th inning. Ryan Webb a scoreless inning. Sean Gallagher the same. And now Thatcher trying to finish work. Luis Castillo, the pinch hitter. Fifth man to bat in the 9th spot in the order for the Mets tonight. This is only the 5th time in 42 years the Padres have scored 18 runs or more. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Side wheels That left-handed pitch right in on the hands of Castillo. The last time was 3 years ago on July 29th. That have any kind of a ring to you, Tony?
No.
July 29th, 2007. You weren't at the
Oh,
game.
that's right. The Hall of Fame. Yeah. That's right.
You were in Cooperstown.
That's right.
And the Padres celebrated with a lot of runs in your behalf.
Well, you know, my mind was on,
of course,
some other things, but you know, when I think they scored like 9 runs in the first inning, something like that, and so yeah, that was pretty nice.
Special day for Mr. Padre and all the Padre fans. Another foul by Castillo. Back to the bottom, or the top of the order. Tatis and then Cora in the Mets' ninth. Castillo hitting .241, .250 from the right side. Didn't break enough. Full count. Well, the Padres continue to be troublesome for these Mets here at Petco. A win tonight will make them 9-1 last 10 games. And the road woes of the New Yorkers will continue. With the defeat tonight, they'll be 7-17 out of the Big Apple. And with Philadelphia losing today, they're still only 3 games out of first place in the National League East. Jerry Manuel will pull things back together tomorrow. Another foul by Castillo.
Castillo's up there getting his swing on. He's fouled back 3 or 4 here in a row. Thatcher's coming right at him, and Castillo's not getting cheated.
Strike 3 called. He got tired of following him off and thought I'd head toward first base, but called back on the strike 3 call of Jerry Davis. The National League West standings, if Thatcher gets these final couple of outs, Dodgers remain 2 back in second place. San Francisco falls to 3.5. Colorado at 4. And Arizona 11.5 off the lead after losing their 8th in a row tonight. On a balk in the 9th inning, the Dodgers rally to win 5-4. Ground ball to third. Headley scoops it up, and there are 2 away. Cross to Salazar.
The other thing it reminds you of is that, you know, when you're in first place, it just hardly ever seems like you're ever going to get any help. So you have to take care of your own business. You take care of your business like the Padres have been doing. They keep winning games. And, you know, it's important that we watch the scoreboard to see what everybody else does. But as this year goes on, if you take care of your business, you can't really expect help.
That's right.
You just figure the good teams are going to find ways to win games, and you just keep doing what you need to do for you to win games.
There's a line drive down the right field line by Cora, but it's foul down in the bullpen of the Mets. This is the final day of May. Padres are not away from their 20th win. Cincinnati lost today. So the 20 home wins will be the most in the major leagues after the first 2 months of the season. Most home wins. So this Petco property producing some positive performance. Just thought I'd go for a little alliteration.
He did it very well.
2 outs and Alex Cora 0 for 3 with an RBI ground ball tonight. Three and 1. In many ways, it gives some of the men in the bullpen that don't see regular duty, Webb, Gallagher, and now Thatcher, some extra work. Popped up. That'll come back into the crowd. This will be in the last 9 games for the Mets, only the second time a starter tagged with a loss. Their starting pitching has been terrific. Down to the final strike. Fans are ready for the fireworks. Foul back. I like the white hats.
I think the players might like them too.
Kind of snare one of those. 3-2, and it's fouled again. Well, Thatcher getting his work with all these foul balls. The 20th pitch of the inning coming up. You might stay tuned. Lots to cover in the analysis and replay of the highlights of this game tonight. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Padres have won it 18-6. Yes, that explosion right on the mark. A fireworks night on this Memorial Day Monday, and the Padre bats ringing out a record total of runs and hits here at Petco.